that's what you do. You work them with the human penis sketch, and then you just go, well, how about if I just play a tampon? And they're so relieved, they start cracking champagne.
That actually is a time-honored network strategy, right?
Yes.
To throw one out there that is so outrageous there's no chance, and hope to get the one that you really have a reasonable chance for through on that basis.
Exactly. So we lost the masturbation, we went with the tampon. This is, how will I explain it to my son? He'll be up in the attic rummaging through things. He'll come down in a church lay dress with a tampon thing. Dad, can we talk?
Do you get tired of doing any of these characters? I mean, the church lady wore herself out after
But I don't
right?
do Regis anymore, McLaughlin, you know. I just get rid of them. People get upset. But I always figure it's better to go out before people go, you know, you still doing that? You know, you want people to go, please, I want more, I think, you know. I like doing the church lady. I just don't know what to do with her, you know. I mean, what, you know what I mean? Put out an album, I mean, what, you know, I did probably 2-3 hours of material with her. It's sort of like a Norman Bates thing when I talk about her. Okay, let me just try it. Well, this is what you mean. You know, I go in that instantly. I go into the rip people mode. Well, Mr. Bob Costas. Well, I see we have a little wedding ring, but we're on the road quite a bit, aren't we? well, there we are at the Howard Johnson's bar with a little cocktail, far away from home. Interesting. So that's what she says. So if I go into that attitude, I can improvise. So Hans would be like, oh, look at the little tummy. Yeah, your thigh can't hide it. Your buttocks are like little marshmallows that are toasted too much on one side. Anyway, you ready for this? He comes on here. He's doing me better than me. No, I love Regis. I think he's really great as a talk show host and underrated.
You know, that thing started out and people said, what?
I know.
What is this? And actually, it connects on 2 levels now.
Yeah.
I mean, the housewife likes it for one reason.
Right.
And actually, you'd be surprised how many people in show business think this is a very hip show in its own way.
It's so unhip that it went right off the unhip and then came back and became hip.
Yeah.
I really believe it, because she's there and she's talking about Frank, and then, you know, and then the wife comes on and the kids and Joy, and you know the whole thing, and so it's like this little sitcom, but it's real, you know, and I just think it's fun to watch 2 people out there for 20 minutes with nothing. Well, I mean, they have no script, they have nothing, but Regis is really funny, you know.
Here's my question about Regis and Kathy Lee.
Okay.
You got to be a special kind of personality, speaking of Kathy Lee here, to believe that people are that interested in every detail of your personal life.
The truth is, their audience is, I think. Just on the cover of People. Now, People goes out and hires a research team to go, who should we put on our cover? I mean, it's all scientific. But she's so open about her life that's her genius. She just doesn't hold anything back. I mean, when I was talking to Regis and Kathy Lee and they went to a commercial, I really thought we were still on the air, because it was just like exactly the same thing. But I think someone that open on camera, we were all hiding things. But I mean, I'm not talking about my wife, and she wore this underwear, and I was so turned on, you know. There's something a little mesmerizing about hearing about Frank Gifford. I asked her at one point, I said, is there anything not completely masculine about Frank Gifford? And she went, no, someone who's that obsessed with their husband is sort of an amusing hook. You could write a character like that on a sitcom. It's just so in love, you know. And Cody, what kind of name is Cody? It's a nice name if you're an Indian. It's just, you know, I think the show, it just works somehow, you know.
I was standing on the 6th floor, just happened to be walking along, and I had my 6-year-old son with me, and I'm walking past the entranceway to Letterman's studio on the 6th floor here, and he just happened to be walking out. It was about 5 minutes before air, and I guess he'd gone out, greeted the audience, going back in his dressing room, and he's walking out just as I'm walking past, and without breaking stride, he says, "Hi, Bob. Oh, and this must be Cody," and pats him on the head.
No, Letterman has said, I think he's gone on record saying he likes that show, you know.
Who wouldn't? I mean, it's entertaining in its own
But I mean, they get
little
they get heavyweight people on there, you know.
Well, it's not like they're going to face a fierce interrogation.
That's true. It's like lofting those softballs, you know.
He gets annoyed at the smallest things. That's the key.
That's his hook, the put
These little minor annoyances.
Yeah, so she would go like, well, I went to the Waldorf Astoria for the big dinner, and I didn't get an invitation. See that? I'm over there having a burger at Ernie's. She's with the big shots. I don't know. You know, that's his hook, you know.
So there's a whole rhythm.
No, you don't even, you know, you don't really, it's all music. It's not, You know, you don't really need words. I mean, the rhythm of it's funnier than the words, don't you think? The musicality.
Who have you tried?
It's all in my book. Pretentious man. Let's do a Phil Donahue cover. You know, just me. Finally me.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
Whose book was that? It's my turn. Oh, that was Nancy Reagan's book.
That was Nancy Reagan.
Yeah.
Nancy, on this title, you sure you want to go with that? Because it comes off kind of like a raving, bitter bitch. It's my turn. You know what I mean? What a dumb title.
Who have you tried to get, and you just can't get him or her right?
I don't really try too hard. If I don't get a hook, I just go away. You know, really deep ones. I think Larry King would be tough for me. I've never tried, but I have a certain limit to how deep I can get. I mean, Ted Koppel was very hard to get. Mm-hmm. And it actually hurts to do him. I'm Ted Koppel, and this is later.
We thought we'd been everywhere, seen everything. We were wrong.
We're back to the bone. We're back to the bone.
These guys were weird, and we liked it. Later, they took us to the Tower of Bud. Brother, tomorrow we ride again.
From Hollywood Pictures, when millionaire Harry Brock bought his Vegas girlfriend an education,
Still trying to read this book?
he got a lot more than he bargained for.
Hello? Am I in the room?
Born Yesterday, rated PG, starts Friday, March 26th.
When it's this greasy, you need a more powerful cleaner degreaser. Castrol Super Clean solubilizes grease on contact, neutralizing its ability to stick. So if it won't come clean with Super Clean, it won't come clean.
Last week, Bob had only $800, and he wanted a new Nissan. To him, like most Southern Californians, selection was very important. And like a lot of Southern California Nissan buyers, he bought from the Long Beach Nissan Mart.
Come in today and purchase any new base model Nissan Sentra or pickup with only $800 down and pay only $149 a month.
He bought the truck.
They're freeway close in Long Beach, just off the 405 at Cherry Avenue South.
Attention California homeowners. Want to lower monthly payments? Call 1-800-953-LOAN. Need cash now? Call 1-800-953-LOAN. For some of the lowest wholesale rates on refinancing or purchase, call 1-800-953-LOAN. In foreclosure? Turned down by others? Call 1-800-953-LOAN. We're the largest network of mortgage brokers in California, funding all types of real estate loans. So if you need cash and need it now, call 1-800-953-LOAN.
So anyway, yeah. You can ask me if you want.
Who were your influences, Dana?
Bob Costas.
Really?
Yes.
You've never done me.
No, I wanted to say, this is why I brought this up. I know, and I that is a shame on me. I should, because I wear your jacket. I mean, we're that close. How high up does that sock go, anyway?
This is this happens to be
I mean, I just saw it run up.
This sock happens to be, and this one too, its mate happened to be from the Saturday Night Live wardrobe.
And I may have worn those as well. So you got something of mine.
I showed up today. I didn't have the appropriate socks.
Let's see if you have dad white shins. This is your kids say,
hey,
Dad.
They go up to shin level.
But let's see how white, that alabaster white. You know how your dad always had the whitest shins ever?
Right. And insisted on wearing shorts, black socks, and sandals.
Really? No, I have no idea what you're talking about. No. No, I wanted to bring up Ross Martin, who played Artemis Gordon on Wild Wild West.
He was your greatest
influence?
influence?
Well, I was 10, 11 years old.
How about Michael Dunn, who played that midget guy who was always like
Dr. Lovelace?
the nemesis?
He was brilliant. I can't believe you pulled out Dunn on me. You are like Dennis. It's amazing, Michael Dunn. But Ross Martin, you know, he'd do the Chinese character, you know, and he would do the French character and this and that, and he worked in costume. And no one ever mentions Ross Martin. How the hell did he get lost?
I don't think he's with us anymore.
I know, but I mean, Artemis Gordon, Ross Martin. There's people somewhere nodding and laughing and thinking and talking. There's a very small number of people, but they're out there.
So he's an early influence for you?
Yes, absolutely.
The Wild Wild West, thing I remember about that was the first show I ever saw where as they went to commercial, they set up that little quadrant, kind of by way of review. You know, this is what happened in the last 10 minutes.
I can't believe
it's like a
your
still
ability
thing.
to think of something and then distill it to its most tiny incremental parts is
It's
great.
not necessarily an
It's a
interesting
quadrant.
thing. It's not an interesting thing. It's just a thing.
Who would have pulled that out? It's a quadrant to guide you throughout the show. That's very funny.
Sears National Hardware Sale with hundreds of terrific values. Happens only twice a year. A Craftsman half-horsepower garage door opener with 2 transmitters, only $149.99. Easy Living interior bright white ceiling paint and Easy Living satin wall and trim paint. Both your choice, only $10.99 a gallon. Bag, mulch or cut with this Craftsman 5-horsepower mower, only $299.99. And there's a lot more during Sears National Hardware Sale.
You can count on me.
When life turns up the heat,
Will they start the wedding without me?
This shouldn't take long, honey.
nothing protects you like Degree antiperspirant. It's body heat activated.
Will it be soon, Daddy?
Soon, sweetie.
Every time your body heat rises, Degree releases extra protection to keep you fresher, drier. Can your antiperspirant take the heat?
You made it.
Degree can. Your body heat turns it on.
You're worried about it.
Tonight, Ted's treating the kids to a ball game, so I'm treating myself to a night off. I stopped off for some fresh lettuce, a juicy beefsteak tomato, and shrimp from Tony's. Kissed everyone goodbye and said hello to a big salad topped with something kind of different. Sort of sweet, yet really tangy. Healthy sensation, honey Dijon. And I had dinner with someone I'd like to get better acquainted with. Me.
Healthy sensation, a healthy attitude, a sensational taste.
The incredible new Pontiac Grand Am comes with standard anti-lock brakes and costs thousands less than the Accord or Camry. And now, with $1,000 cash back, you'll have plenty of money to send your kids away to school.
Yo, Dad, when are you gonna give me the keys, man?
A school far away. See your Pontiac dealer today.
See you later. Well, look, I come over with a lot of... I'm going to try to write a new catchphrase for you.
How quickly can you come up with it?
Well, Valerie Bertinelli once said to me as a Chinese character, I was Ching Change, didn't know, she goes, after a while, Crocodile, my character didn't know what that meant, that was a colloquialism, so I said, bye-bye, doggy. And that could be your new sign-off. This is Bob Costas. Bye-bye, doggy. I'll see you at the Ranger game and the next game. Bye-bye, doggy.
Bye-bye.
This is how I'd like to finish the show. Excuse me. I do believe you're sitting on my pay. Roll credit. What? Come back. And roll the credit. How else could you top that?
From New York, double hull to prevent leakage. It's Late Night with David Letterman. Tonight, Mary Tyler Moore, musical group Gin Blossom, and comedian Jeff Altman, plus Paul Schaefer, and the world's most dangerous band. And now the guy mentioned on page 167 of Dianetics, David Letterman.
Welcome to the program, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for that random hooting. Have you been reading the newspaper? I guess you have, and you know what happened yesterday down there in Florida. Now listen to this. This, I think, is how big trouble begins on a large scale. Big trouble on a global basis. This little one kind of misunderstanding. Listen to this. Yesterday, just before the latest shuttle flight was going to take off, I guess you know about this, within 3 seconds, one of the safety computers, one of the safety troubleshooting safety sensors detected a problem, boom, aborts the launch. Within 3 seconds, the launch was aborted. Now, that's a great thing. Today, Cape Canaveral, listen to this, was picketed by a group of confused pro-lifers. That...
I was confused myself for a second.
Who wants to fight? Come on. Good news, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have a celebrity birthday. William Shatner, 62 years old. Sure. Of course, William Shatner, he was Captain Kirk on Star Trek, and 62 years old today. I believe his hair is 27. Are you beaming yourself aboard, Paul? Oh, now, I don't know what to make of this. Cult leader David Koresh, he's the guy down there, the Branch Davidians. He's the one who's been staging the siege for the last, geez, it seems like 6 weeks down there in Waco, Texas. Well, there was I guess a news release came out of the compound earlier today, and David Koresh, the leader of the Branch Davidians, said that from now on until the end of the siege, every Tuesday would be karaoke night. Oh. Earlier today, Russian President Boris Yeltsin, man, has this guy got his hands full or what? Boris Yeltsin, I'll give you an idea how desperate this man may be. In an attempt, in a last-ditch effort to regain his dwindling power, he painted one of those things on his head like Gorbachev used to have. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have a solid, wonderful, very entertaining program for you tonight. Mary Tyler Moore is here this evening. A great rock and roll band who, they made their network television debut on this program.
Is that right?
Yeah, a while back, about a year ago. And they're here tonight to do another wonderful song from their great album. And these guys are very, very entertaining. And as I understand it, they are the only really, really successful rock and roll band working today, not from Seattle, I think. I think we're going to have someone follow them home, but I think Gin Blossoms are here tonight, kids. And yeah. Also on the program, our old friend Jeff Altman. Now, do me a favor, say hello to our friend Paul Schaefer.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you so very, very much. David, how are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you very much, Paul.
Great.
Nice to see you and the boys, and nice to see you folks there. Nice to see you folks here in the studio audience. For a second, I was going to try and... For a second, I was going to try and pretend I could actually see people through the TV camera, and then I thought, nah, they're not going to buy that. Can you feel it? Can you feel a little extra kind of jolt, a little extra buzz in the air? It's, you know, it's finally, of course, springtime. I am so sick and tired. I have, finally, the glacier in my yard is beginning to recede a little bit. And it leaves the moraine. Is that what it's left after a glacier recedes? It's been, my yard has been ice-bound and snow-bound for like 2 months. And of course, here in New York City, the pleasant thing about it is